Hey everybody, and welcome back to Swan's Japanese Horror Reviews. This week we've got a movie that I found just extraordinary. It comes to us from Shinya Tsukamoto, the director of The Iron Man, and this is his 2004, what I consider to be a modern masterpiece, Vital. Vital stars Tadanobu Asano as a man who was just in a pretty bad car accident that left him losing his memory. Before the crash, he was a very gifted medical student who was at the top of his class, but his personality has left some to be desired. Keeps to himself, doesn't say much to anybody, pretty much a loner. However, as the story goes on, we find out that there was somebody else in the car with him in the crash who died, and that was his lover. And the whole film revolves around Asano going back to medical school, and it's dissection time. They're dissecting dead bodies. And as fate would have it, he has to dissect the body of his lover who died in the car crash. So yeah, it's a pretty twisted story, but I found the movie to be absolutely beautiful. The whole thing was like being in a dream almost. The way that it's filmed and just the mood of the piece I thought was so unlike something I'd ever seen before. It's a dissection film is what the director Tsukamoto calls it, but it's so much more than that. It was a very strange but very moving love story because it becomes a love triangle because there's now another med student who seems to be falling for Asano and is getting jealous of him, devoting his time and energy to the dead corpse that they're cutting up. So if this sounds very strange, you're right, but it's really something you have to experience. It's a great story, very beautiful. I found everything about this movie to be top-notch. It's so unlike other films out there right now, and this is another one like last week's Cure where it's not really like a gory, jump-out-of-your-seat, scary film. In fact, I think partly the love story is actually a bigger aspect of this than the creepiness. But certainly the dissection scenes are very creepy, and just the general idea of the story of the lover having to dissect his dead lover is very, very grotesque. So definitely it's unlike anything that I had ever seen. I thought it was an amazing film in every aspect. The music fits perfectly. It had a very moving ending. The whole performance by the entire cast was great. So yeah, definitely I recommend this one highly. The DVD comes to us from Tartan Asia Extreme, and this is one of their better releases. In fact, I'd say they spent a lot of good time and money on bringing this one over, and there's a ton of extras on here. Not only do we get like behind the scenes footage, we get like premiere footage, we get an interview with the director, we get a music video set to some of the scenes and music from the film. So yeah, they really went all out in bringing this one over here. Lots of extras, great presentation. So hats off to Tartan Asia Extreme for this one. Thank you so much for bringing this over. To say how much I enjoyed Vital, basically as soon as the movie finished, I wanted to just start it and watch it all over again right at that moment. And I did watch it the next day again, and I still enjoyed it. It's not for everybody. If you want something that's very strange, it's going to be quite different and has a bit of a love story. If you're in the mood for that, then this is a very creepy, unsettling, and grotesque, and just very beautiful film that I think that you should experience. The acting is superb. Tadanobu Asano, one of my favorite Japanese actors, so great in this movie. And Shinya Tsukamoto, another brilliant director. His films are always quite out there, and this is no exception. So yeah, this is a movie that should definitely be in your collection. I really recommend you search this one out. This is a great example of a modern Japanese horror film that pushes the boundaries and does something different. So for that, it's a huge winner in my book. Highly recommended. And I guess that's it. So thanks for joining us. Go watch this movie. We'll see you next time. So, do you love her more than you love me? That girl that you're cutting up? Haruhi, I don't know. It's just... it's hard to explain. Where's my scalpel? Oh, Sakura. Why did we have to be in that car crash? What in the world am I doing?